The Greentown project is a multi-agency collaboration. It's funded by the Department of Justice and also the Department of Children and Youth Affairs. What it aims to do is to help children who are involved in criminal networks to safely exit them and access positive personal development opportunities, and also to try and prevent children from getting involved in the first place.
We support intensive family support service and also a community mentor service. With the intensive family support service, we work systematically with the family and the family system to identify positive outcomes. Our emphasis is on the reduction of engagement with criminal networks and the increasing of pro-social opportunities, and that contributes to the disruption of criminal networks.
Before we start asking questions about kids who are involved in crime networks, it's kind of helpful to ask, well, what kind of social supports do children need in any way to develop? Firstly, children need the ability to make unfettered choices to help develop their moral reasoning. They need to be raised in a nurturing family environment. They need to have friends and to do things that friends do and develop their skills for relationship building. And also to live in a community where you feel cherished and where the community members take an active part in its upkeep. Their ability to make free choices, particularly pro-social choices like going to school, can be limited due to coercive relationships with bullying adults involved in the crime networks. Their family, parents, older siblings could well be in debt to network members. So the protection that children should get from their family may be compromised. Their main friendship network may be a friendship network that sells drugs together, so that's all the chat is about, as well as development of other antisocial attitudes and suspicion of authority. And to cap it, these young people live in communities who are fearful of retribution by criminal elements. The bystander effect is natural.
Some of them are 12 years old. 12 seems to be a difficult time because they're transitioning into secondary school. They don't make that transition well. And so then they're really vulnerable to the network influence. If they start hanging around street corners and their friends are dealing drugs and then they're caught and then they get a drug debt, and the cycle pulls them further and further into that lifestyle. The workers are extremely relentless. They're very caring, non-judgmental, which is hard to do actually when some of the behaviours that they're encountering are challenging and harmful. But you're just not going to connect with someone if you can't make them, I suppose, believe that you care and want to help them in a way that's relevant to them. It's very much 1 step forward, 3 steps back, or 5 steps forward and then 10 steps back. It's that type of trajectory. But the successes are really where within the family home, people behave nicer and more considerately to one another. That the actual family circumstances are that bit safer. Without improved safety, it's very hard to actually make good choices. I would hope when this project is completed that we will have a better understanding of how we can support our most vulnerable young people and families and communities, because there are too many children and families and communities that are suffering, that are strained, that have been left behind. I hope that some of the young people who have been through the programme will have a better future, that they will have hope for themselves, that they will believe that they deserve opportunities and that they can seize them.